Alright, guys. It is the lower bracket and elimination match in the playoffs. Shin in the bottom right side, clinching second place in his group, as did Showtime in his. And now they meet in the playoffs. Only one player will be leaving this best of 7 alive. We're starting on Taito Citadel, but it's the US West server, so server favors Shin slightly. Map, I believe, is Showtime's favorite map here for the series. One where I wholeheartedly expect Shin to gamble. I don't know what Shin will gamble on. I imagine Mutalisks. I think the big Mutaswap would be something I would focus on. Potentially a Nidus Queen Zergling, if you think Showtime's going to be doing like a triple Oracle, maybe. You know, catch him off with a Nidus in the corner of the main, maybe. Big old giant Ling Flood. Two Queens, two Zerglings, drones on the way. Remember, this map does have a gold base in the bottom left. Shin might try to utilize that to his advantage in the mid game. Maybe a quick 5th on there or 4th base on there. Probe Scout for Showtime is interesting, guys. Very conservative, just making sure he's not getting all in. Could use it to try to pylon block the 3rd, but he hasn't even chronoed Adept. He's literally just mining minerals. He does do a bit of long distance mining. Technically, it's slightly more efficient if you let those probes mine on these patches for 2 or 3 trips. But, it's splitting hairs. Chat says this was a core scout. Yeah. Ultra conservative. Greedy opening into just making sure he doesn't completely die to a 12 pool or a Ling Flood or something like that. Proxy hatch. 3rd hatchery does go down for Shin. Oracle starts up for Showtime. He hits 50 energy, and look how quick he is on this chrono boost, guys. Build orders. There we go. I didn't time it correctly. I apologize. Showtime was 2 seconds late on his chrono. Suboptimal play. The German efficiency is not impressed. For those who don't know, Showtime is known as Demauer. He is an absolute wall to his opponent's aggression. He will want to drag this game out, get to the later stages, and chip at his opponent with late game armies. Showtime, on the other, Shin on the other hand, wants to win in the mid game. He hates playing late game against Protoss. He's all about just throwing the kitchen sink at you with a wide variety of mid game all-ins. As the game goes later, Showtime should be the favorite. That being said, we've seen in the past matchups between these two where Showtime's kind of so conservative, going like Stalker, Storm, Cannon, Battery, and Shin just gets him with a big Hydra Bane timing. So it doesn't always have to be like a super quick timing. Like Shin can do, you know, 75, 80 drone Hydra Bane. If Showtime's a bit too greedy on rushing to air. Things coming forward. Forge has started. No Twilight Council just yet. Stalker's going to go down. Good catch there for Shin. Overlord survives. And he baits the Oracles into turning their lasers on. The Adept does guard the wall on the natural and here. Another Stalker warps in. Oh, does he seriously want that Overlord? The Overlord's just, I think he's safe here. Right? Because if the Stalker's on one side, it can shift to the other and so on. This is going to be really hard to actually pick off. Showtime committing, I think, a bit harder than he probably should. That Overlord is going to have a bit of a dance. I mean, he could eventually get it. The Lings are going to go in and attack the pylon here. Trade some Zerglings to get the pylon. Does eventually lose the Overlord, but a pretty big commitment for Showtime. Those 2 Adept Warpins do get cancelled. You get a full refund on that, so it's not the end of the world. But one of them will get focused down. No, doesn't have a surface area, actually. Not too bad. Not too bad for Showtime. He's got a Robo, another gate charge does start as well. So that's 3 gate Robo charge. It's going to just be Immortal Storm, Archons, all that good stuff. Shin has a pretty decently timed layer up. Started at about 420. 57 seconds for a layer to complete. So, yeah, I guess like 425. And the Hydra Den goes down immediately. Ooh, that's a quick Hydra Den. Do we see an Evo chamber, or is it just Hydra's Lings and nothing else? I think you need Banelings as well. I think if you go slow Bane Hydra, it's actually a pretty tough all-in for the Protoss to defend. Especially if you hit just before Storm is ready. Fourth base, but still no Evo, no Bane Nest. I think he adds the Baneling Nest as he's going with the attack. As a complete all-in. 63 drones, guys. 6 gases. Doesn't even have the full mineral mining here. Once he transfers to that final gas, he's going to be down 3 workers on the 3rd. If he even transfers to it, which he does. This is, where are his workers missing, actually? Oh, he's pulled off gas in the natural to disguise the build order. Oh, very cute. Very hard to notice that. Everything looks full, but he's pulled off gas a little bit there. And here comes an Archon pressure, but Shin's going to be going with his own attack, man. He's going to go across the Lings. He'll defend with some Hydras. Storm is on the way, though. Showtime has been incredibly economic. These Lings canceling the cannon would be good. Focusing down all these buildings is probably some of the best value you'll get here. Stalker has some really nice healing. Lings do get a good surface area on it. The Zealot will go down almost instantly. And the Lings will back away. Very good play there. It's completely all in. I don't think Showtime has any idea. These Oracles need to go in. Now he's going to find out. And this is where Showtime goes, oh! Look at Showtime's camera, guys. He should just mass cannon storm units. He's trying to secure a fourth. I think he should chill on 3 base. Shin is completely all in right now. You do not need a fourth against this. I don't think Showtime's realized. He just saw no workers there, but he's looking for the fourth anyway. This seems a bit crazy ambitious for him. Yeah, he's still... Okay, now he confirms it. It's got to be dawning on him. Okay, that pylon will go down up there. Showtime does stay on 3 bases, which is absolutely the correct call. As long as he keeps confirming that fourth hasn't droned, he's just got to make cannons, batteries, Archon, Zealots, Storms. And with no Baneling Nest, even the Zealots are going to be pretty decent units here. Oh, jumps on the Hydras. Lings try to run in the wall off. The Hydras are getting jumped on by the Zealots, but Shin has Hydras on the flank as well. Storm guards the ramp. Does land on a few of his own Zealots, though. You've got to be careful about walking into your own Storms. That's going to be a part of what the Zerg tries to use to tear you down. Shin completely all in here. Not much Storm left. Is he going to be able to overwhelm this? The Prism goes down. Energy recharge does come in, but there's so little support, man. The Storm is decent on those Hydras, but it damages the Zealots as well. Obviously, Zealots way tankier than Hydras. And there's 1 Psy Storm left. Not many other units. It's 8-gate Zealot, an Archon, and 1 Psy Storm. But I think the High Templar has to lead. The Zealots have to come in afterwards, maybe. Stasis Trap tries to go down there in the natural. The High Templar is a little bit far in the back. More Zealots warp in. The Immortal's going to go down almost instantly. The Oracle's joined the fight. The Immortal somehow survives because the Hydra's turned around. A Storm does finally land, but without that many supporting units, the rally might barely be enough. Dude, the Oracles actually did so much damage there. And that Immortal not dying really does hurt Shin. It's nail-bitingly close right now, but the Hydras, so many of them just got popped. So many Hydras just went down. It's an overcommit. Showtime's got the hold. It's an overcommit for Shin there. I get it. He was pretty all in, but the tail end of that fight was disastrous for Shin. Oh, if he gathered his forces a little bit more, maybe, just maybe, but Showtime holds. And the thing is, this style of play from Shin, he had a lot of success with this about a year and a bit ago. And at the time, I really felt like the reason Protoss got in trouble is they would always rush the fourth. Hero, a lot of the players aren't rushing the fourth at the moment. Even Classic sometimes doesn't rush the fourth. They're kind of going, hey, so many Zergs are all-inning in the mid-game. It's overly risky. And I think that's made things a bit harder for Shin because he's so dead set on getting you, usually before that 8-minute mark. And he tried really hard. The wall does hold. Protoss players aren't going blind greed anymore. Well, it was crazy because I remember there was like 4 months where Shin kept butchering all the top Protoss players. And I was like, man, he never goes past 65 workers. Like, you guys don't need a fourth base against a 65 worker Zerg. Just stay on 3 base. You'll never die. He's transferred workers to that base. The 2 queens are defending. Did he lose one of his oracles, guys? Looks like he did, yeah. Guess that was the Hydras focused it down in the fight. The thing is, I think there's a lot of Zergs you needed that fast fourth against, but against Shin, it's all about surviving, man. High Templar are a bit slow to the party, though. He's got to zone this bottom ramp. Where are those High Templar? Finally, they get in there. But he's going to try and push onto that north side. Oh, he's got to not chase through the Psy Storms. Cleans up that whole northern side. Absolute massacre up there. Hydras and Lings can't beat this army. There's just no way. Shin's not transitioning at all. He doesn't have a follow-up. I mean, if he takes the time to transition, Showtime's maxed out on Mothership, Tempest, Storm. 4 base, 8 gas, 5th base on the way. So the thing is, his all-in has failed, and he's trying to do another wave of it. It should not work here. He just does not have the material. Showtime would need to, like, storm his own army several times here to lose this fight. Too meaty. Shin realizes he can't get through. Not a bad attempt. He was pretty close to breaking Showtime there in game 1. Showtime holds on one of the best defensive maps for Protoss, but only barely. I would actually say that bodes quite well for Shin in this series. All right, guys. Ruby Rock for game 2. Bottom right side, Showtime. He's going to send one of his first probes across the map to block the hatchery. Which means he does have to spend a lot of money to send a second probe down here to build this pylon. I'm thinking it's more and more attractive to do the hero build, guys, where you just build your pylon gate here, don't wall off, just to be as greedy as possible. Obviously, it's a little bit silly, but I don't know. It's kind of hilarious the way Hero is doing that build so much. Drone's going to come down, sees he's blocked. Shin has to go build 2 more drones and go for a 17 hatchery on the 3rd. It's not the most ideal opening. I think what's tricky here is this is a real test because we know Showtime loves to double chrono adepts and then just shade them in your mineral line and kill a bunch of drones, and then he's up like 10 workers real early. So how Shin handles this is going to be a real test. And it's very difficult when that hatchery is already a 17 rather than 16 hatchery. We picked Ruby Rock. This had to be Shin's pick, guys. It's a smaller map where you can get those mid-game timings across the map harder and faster. And of course, there is no way any sane Zerg player, especially Shin, picks Tydo. That's a Protoss map. So that was Showtime's best map, I feel, that didn't get vetoed. I didn't actually pay attention to the vetoes for this one, guys. But this will be Ruby Rock, and then obviously the players will pick the slightly less good maps. This is, of course, Central US, so because of the server coin flip getting won by Shin, but Showtime actually having the first map, we're kind of going to have this situation where the players always have the server advantage on their opponent's map, which is just interesting. Server advantage is pretty small. Of course, the US West server is in California. A little bit better for Koreans than Europeans. And the US Central server, I believe, is in Chicago or Florida. One of those. It used to be, I don't know, I've heard both. I'm not sure where it is these days. But that's a bit better for the Europeans to get to. Don't know if you guys know about American geography, but Central Time in America, it's a lot further east than it is to the West Coast. Only 1 hour time difference there. Zergling's going to be trying to go around with 2 of them. The other 2 track the probe. Stargate's on the way. Do we see the second chrono, guys? You know he's going to. Oh yeah! Double chrono. Showtime unable to block the hatchery. Shin does get that down, but I'm going to go creep tumor first. Like, that's a good call. Good call to go creep first. He's got to defend the adept, but the adept is actually chilling, looking for the Zergling to come in. I think Showtime's like, whatever. This is not powerful till the second adept comes out anyway. So I'm just going to only go when there's 2 adepts, and he's going to go straight towards the main. So he might run towards this mineral line from this side while shading towards the main base. See if he can grab a drone and then teleport in the main and kill another few drones. It's a good move. Shin, he's got link speed, 3rd hatchery. His injects are going down. He will run these 2 Zerglings in to try and cause a bit of a ruckus. These 2 adepts. Oh, he's not even going to commit to the 3rd at all. Look at that, though. I think he studied his opponent. Shin maybe knows he does this. 7 Zerglings waiting for him, but not quite on top. And the adepts slip by. Oh, the queen blocks! He does lose 3 drones nonetheless. That was really slick. The queen blocking him in the corner because the lings couldn't get angle on him. They couldn't get surface area. But at least he can't get after the drones with that. Really good handling by Shin. Loses 3 workers. That's an issue. Oracle's there, adept as well. Ten Zerglings are there. Pull away, just forcing the Oracle into a defensive stance, which is fair. Showtime, because he's not building more adepts, he's got to wait for Warp Gate anyway. Probably not going to be harassing with anything except Oracles for a while, so keeping those back does help Shin recover his drone count. He's already up to 4 queens, 2 spore crawlers. Playing some really good StarCraft is Shin. Showtime going to be going for the Twilight Council. And a 3rd gateway. Looks like a Blink build. I think he's expecting probably some sort of either Queen Walk or Overlord Speed German Taxi all in. I think Showtime's probably just going to play 6 Gate Stalker Storm, at least, or maybe 4 Gate Stalker Storm. Might even delay upgrades. Upgrades not as important on your Blink Stalkers for defending those attacks. Especially since it's normally Zerglings they're shooting, which they're overkilling anyway. So +1 attack doesn't really matter for your Stalkers. It does help with Zealots. Blink is on the way. Forge does go down. Oracle's not finding anything for Showtime. Showtime doesn't want to waste any more hit points on that Oracle. Takes 12 damage there. Roachwarren goes down for Shin. Last starts. I think this map's a really good candidate for Overlord speed. But because of that, it's a little bit predictable. Stalker's coming forward. We've got +1 and Blink on the way. Roachhorn and La as well. The Oracle's going to be dancing around. We've got 5 queens. All 4 of them on the front. This is wise. Skimping on queens. Getting plenty of Zerglings. Defending the 4th is usually near impossible in this scenario. Even though it's only 6 Stalkers, they don't even have Blink yet. Good Warpins at home. Really good Warpins at home for Showtime. The Lings are going to come back to this side. You got to split some Lings, Shin. Split some Lings. Split some Lings. You know there's going to be stasis traps. He doesn't know where they are. I think he thinks they're down here, but they're actually on the right side. Of course, he doesn't have detection, so he can't see anything except that little bit of blur on the ground. Love to see some Lings flanking from behind here. 4th base is going to fall, man. Keep sending his Lings in. Oh, he actually sets off 1 stasis, but that's the problem. Runs away from 1 stasis into the next. We saw Cyril in 1 game yesterday just not even try to defend this. He just said, nope, give up the hatchery, build another one. Because the worst thing you can have is you try to defend it, you bleed out 1,000 resources of units, and you lose the hatchery. Shin's committed, though. He's saying, no, I have to defend this. His queens have gone back to inject. He goes for us around in the Stalkers, but the Oracles are feasting. The Oracles are feasting good tonight, man. 45 units have gone down for 3. 40 Zerglings, 3 drones, 2 queens. The Oracles and Stalkers are still here. A few Zealots have waddled into the fight. And Shin choosing to defend this hatchery may have been a game-losing mistake. Showtime is all over him. Remember, guys, Showtime has been on a tear recently, smashing his way to the finals of Home Story Cup, where he only lost to Clem. Clem, inarguably the best mechanical player in the world right now. Probably the most consistent player in the smaller cups, but hasn't been winning as many of the big tournaments recently. He's been stopped a few times by Kiro, by Rainer, by Maru. But he did win that Home Story Cup over Showtime in a pretty action-packed finals. Showtime tries to take a 4th base on the right side. 11 Overlords building at once, guys. Shin has just gone full a laser. This man never wants to be supply blocked ever again. But 105 out of 192 supply. 8 more drones on the way, an infestation pit. Shin, I think, was very unhappy with how those trades went. I don't know if you guys look at this trade. I know Zerg lives can be cheap sometimes, but I don't think they're that cheap. I look at that unit's loss tab and I go, Showtime may be winning this game. Oracle's going to fall back. To be fair, it's only full a laser. If he looks at his supply now, sees there's 8 left, and he builds like 8 more Overlords. Just in case I lose an Overseer or 2, you never know. Hive does start. Not a terrible Hive timing for Shin, but definitely not a good one. Look at me hedging, saying, Hive time sucks. He's in a bad spot. Storm is done. Lots of Stalker Zealot. And I think we're going to see a Fleet Beacon any moment now. Showtime's up in supply. Maybe he tries to push. He's building cannon battery, though, so I imagine he just goes to late game. I'll put this in Showtime's camera. He doesn't quite have the gas for the Fleet Beacon just yet. 4th base is only now getting up. Zealots on the south, while his Stalker Zealot, High Templar Storm push up north. Hitting pre-lurker is kind of impossible for Shin to defend, guys. Shin only has Hydra Ling. Let's go back to everyone's camera. What's he... I mean, he's going to go for like a wraparound with the Lings. There's stasis traps covering the flank. Oh, Showtime has just such a better army. It's such a better army. A massive stasis trap lands on the Zerglings. A few of the Hydras get frozen as well. He's going to come in with just a 5 Hydra flank. That is not what he needs right now. A Storm in the mineral line's brilliant. A Storm down there is not bad as well. He's going to blink to the right side. Try and deal with those Hydras with Storms. The Hydra's chasing him. Showtime doesn't have a forward reinforcement point, but oh, wow. The Zealots rip up the natural. And Shin having a rough start to this series. Showtime is all over him, man. All right, going into Celestial Enclave, Shin needs to bloody do something, and he needs to do it now. Showtime's in the top right side of the map, and he sent one of his first probes out through his back door. He does not want to let Shin get that expansion up. Shin goes for the Overlord, which means he's going to have to go take his 3rd base again. Showtime, he's very good at swapping between extremely greedy openings, and he's kind of like bullying openings. I love the way he does this. It's just so annoying to play against. The Overlord does see it. The drone has not gone down yet. Shin, what are we doing? Shin, what? Oh, he's just going to take the back base. But he sent the drone down pretty late, hasn't he? 17 hatchery on the back base. I guess if you get blocked, this does make sense, right? Yeah, this actually makes perfect sense. And then you can still take a 3rd on 20 supply, which I think he'll do. Because Adept Harassment, what's it going to do? Try and run up this ramp. That ain't going to do anything. He's going to run into your main base to do damage where you've already got maximum creep spread and everything. No, this is smart. I like this reaction for Shin, guys. I do think most Protoss players don't really utilize this back base very much. And it's something I do find a bit dodgy. I think Hero actually had a cool build order for it yesterday where he took his third on it and went Zealot Archon Colossus. Shin needs to win this game, guys. Otherwise, he's going to be down 0-3 against Showtime. A bit of a one-sided scoreline so far. And Showtime is just built different for those who don't know. He is built different. And the thing is, like, Maru always brings out a faster, dirtier all-in when he plays Showtime. Because Showtime's so good in any sort of standard game. Like, you really need to push Showtime well outside of the normal range. Showtime cleverly knows he wants a fast third. So Shin's just going to have to build 2 queens and 4 zerglings here. This is really smart for Showtime. I actually would have maybe sent the drone out or, like, hidden it or something. Because, like, he knows you really want that. Going to delay Ling speed a little bit here as well. That's right. For those who don't know, Shin used to be Ragnarok for most of his career. His human name is Shin Hee Bom. Shin Hee Bom. He's actually been commentating this tournament in Korean as well over on his stream. For those who don't know, what I love about Shin is he's a true fan of the game, studies his build orders a lot. He doesn't have the innate speed, mechanical, innate knowledge and instincts of like a Dark or a Rogue, a Serral, or a Rainer. But he studies his opponents and he finds ways to win, even when he's considered the slower player, the worst player. Whatever the situation is, Shin is usually very clever at finding ways to win, but Showtime may just be a bad matchup for him where doesn't play against him very often. Showtime doesn't play a lot of like online tournaments unless they're really big ones because he doesn't like playing with lag as much. Shin, he's used to the weekly cups, but if you're not playing against Showtime style, it's a very peculiar style of Protoss. Oracle does begin, extra pylon starts up. Does Showtime just take the front third? That's what most Protoss players do on this map. Depths are going to shade forwards. There is a Spore Crawler on the way in the back base, as that's the one that's vulnerable. You can see the Adepts really can't get much done going up that ramp into this main base. And really good creep to the low ground. He's down 6 workers, but that's standard for the Zerg at this stage. And you could try to shade in, but it would be a bad idea onto those 8 Zerglings. 4 Queens with a 5th on the way. Only 8 Zerglings. He's just building 2 more, so he's going to go to 10. And these Lings, at this point, he's like, you're not going to commit to the shade. If you're a conservative player, there's no way. 4-minute third base for Showtime. So it's not the fastest third. It's when his second Oracle's already almost out. But 4 Adepts now. And we definitely want to see a few more Zerglings as well as Overlords for Shin. Shin means death in Japanese. Great name. Shin can also mean new. Shin means yum. Shin ramen, man. Some of the best instant noodles. Let's go. Dep's going to get surrounded, but the Oracles are there. Queens are a little bit too slow onto it. Does lose 2 drones. The Lings will get a surround. That's 4 drones go down in total. I'd call that very acceptable losses there. Oracle's deep in the red. You've managed to shut that down. You can hold the drone key down. Your lair is started without too much delay. You've already got a 4th hatchery on the way with creep, which means you can defend it from Oracles. These Oracles, at least one of them needs to go home to defend this third base. Overlord gets in, sees a lot of gateways, sees a pretty delayed Twilight and Forge, which makes you feel pretty confident. You know there's Oracle pressure coming up and nothing else. Like, it's going to be like, if there's a Blink Stalker pressure, it's hitting you at like 7.5 minutes. It's not early, and Shin says, okay, let's take 4 gases. My man wants to build a Spire. I think Spire's a great choice on this map. Ooh, good run by there. Drive-by? Fly-by? Fly-by. That's the, Ooh, watch out! Oracle barely escapes. This one goes in for more damage. Doesn't find anything. Plus 1. Blink coming in. The Adepts derped on move command. They actually stopped attacking. Twitch chat said, oh, really? For the whole time? I know they missed like 1 or 2 volleys. How many Lings did he kill? Oh, we only killed 6? Oh, were they not attacking that whole time? Oh, good catch from Twitch chat. Sorry, guys. I'm blind today. Spire goes down. Oh, and a Hydroden. The Hydroden is meant to be scouted. The Spire is not. So he's got to try and not let the Oracles fly in from behind from over there or over here, I guess. 3 Oracles and the Stalkers are finally coming to the front, but they don't have Blink just yet. Shin's already on 77 workers. Has he been too greedy, guys? I mean, he had a free pass to be greedy, but Spire, Hydra Den, and 77 workers in a 5th hatchery? Oh, no. I mean, he's got to, like, A-move when this big round of Lings comes out, and he's got to send, like, 3 Lings past to set up the Stasis Trap. He's got to be a bit more methodical at setting off these Stasis, man. Because they were very painful in the last game. Queen's taking damage. Shin's going to lose one if he's not careful. Oh, you can't send them 1 at a time, bro. You got to send them 3 at a time. Three Zergans for a Stasis is fine. Got to keep doing it. Oh, Shin's taking a lot of damage. This is really nasty. Shin's being a bit too greedy, guys, and this is such a problem now. Oh, just a bit too greedy for Shin. I mean, he's not going to lose the hatchery, but he's losing a fair amount of Zerglings for what is a pretty light pressure. It's like 8 Stalkers and just the Oracles that he already had. There's not a big commitment here for Showtime. 9 Stalkers, I should be correct. 2 Stalkers go down. Bit sloppy on the micro there for Showtime as he tries to secure a 4th on the top left side. I think the Mute Attack is still going to be great. As long as you do defend the 75 workers. Good Stalker micro. These Hydras have Groove Spines now. Lings do set up the Stasis Trap, which is nice. Oh, most importantly, Lings find the top left, but +1 Zealots have something to say about it. As long as they're on A-move, which they are. Storm getting chronoed +2 and charge as well. Shin has a 5th base, 10 meters on the way. +1 melee. He's on 8 gases. And dude, you know what? 7 gases, right? Because it's only 1 in the back. But Showtime's not even thinking about it. It's not even on Showtime's radar. He's seen Hydras, and when you see Hydras, no one plays Hydras if they're playing Mutas. But now he sees the Muta. The Oracle sees it popping. Ooh, that's really important. Does it buy him enough time? He's already got a cannon building in the main. He needs to send the Stalkers there. Oh, mate, you got an Adept on hold. Oh no! Hero would never have this problem. This is why Hero is the best Protoss in the world. He never makes that mistake. The Stalkers blink forward. They do take out 1 Muta. I think the Mutas could probably potentially keep fighting those Stalkers. The Mutas do take a bit of damage. 2 of them go down. They only get 3 probes. No big damage just yet. Ling's trying to break down the rocks. Showtime, if he can defend 4 base here, this could be okay. But he needs a 2nd Stargate Fleet Beacon, doesn't he? Like, he's trying to make a few Archons. He's trying to keep his High Templar in High Templar form. He's used to playing against European Mutas. This is not European Mutas, man. This is full-blown Muta YOLO. And the High Templar getting focused down. Ooh, Storm's almost got his own probes. So far, 5 Mutas have gone down for not that much damage. +1 air is done. A few Spine Crawlers building as well. I'd love to see that +2 straight away for these Mutas, because this is going to be an absolute massive all-in on the Muta count. Another couple of Mutas could go down here. Trying to find trades, but Showtime has defended very well. That top left base is a bit vulnerable. The Stasis Traps honestly might save his 4th. Shin needs to trade. He needs to trade soon. Showtime doesn't know exactly where the Mutas are. You can probably guess they're rotating to either the main or the left side. He sees them now. Storm's coming in. Archons are there to defend them. Ooh, the Oracle's juicy targets. Gets 1 of them. But only 1 so far. Oh god. Does he see? He sees a stasis. I don't think he sees all of them. There's still 1 more stasis there. Does he see it? Yes, he does. Oh my golly. That's so annoying. 2nd Stargate Fleet Beacon's on the way. He's on mass Muta, but he's got to trade, man. Shin's built a massive Muta Hydra Zergling, but he hasn't found a way to trade. Showtime's defending so well. 1 Phoenix goes down for about 4 Mutas. That is not the trade you want. Shin has a big economy, but so does Showtime. Showtime has held on. The Demower, man. The wall. He's just hanging in there. Hydras don't have movement speed. The Mutas fly in. Did they kill the High Templar? They might have got some High Templar there. There's so many Zealots. His Lings are near worthless against the Zealot Archon. It's all about the Muta count. He's building some Corruptors now to deal with the Phoenix, but actually, I think it's the Stalker Archon might be more of a problem. Even with Phoenix range, I actually think it should be pure Mutalist commitment here for Shin. He's got +2 on the way now. Mass Zealot, a few Archons, a few High Templar coming down the left side. Muta's going to try to jump on that. And if he can just take out the High Templar first, then he can spread and deal with the Archons. But 1 Muta kind of gives it up. He's gonna bait a few Storms and then run to the right side. Gets himself a bit of damage, but doesn't really kill much. He gets 1 Phoenix, 2 Phoenix are deep in the red. He's going to run to the right side now. Great economy here on 9 gases. 11 gases, including a rich gas, actually. Oh, my lord. The amount of gas income, guys. You can make 20 Mutalisks a minute with this sort of income. The Muta Corruptor's just going to trade there. The Corruptor's a bit in the back. You got to be careful of that Archon. The Stalkers with +2 blinking forwards. Now, Showtime's gone +3. Against Mutas, Plasma Shields actually is better. because it helps Archons, Phoenix, all your units, and these Muta Bouncers are doing so much damage. I do think shields and armor might be better than +2 here, but you never know. Storm tries to go down. The Mutas don't really eat much of it. Another one of those High Templars exposed. He doesn't quite manage to get it in that volley. Units lost tab 4,000 in favor of Showtime. But Phoenix may have range, but he just doesn't have the numbers. He's lost 10 Phoenix this game for 41 Mutas, admittedly. 4 High Templar have died, though, as well. Showtime has a big army. I don't know, man. It feels like Shin hasn't got going. He doesn't have the Baneling Nest. If he had a Baneling Nest to clear the Zealots, maybe. Without a Baneling Nest, he may have to just base trade. The Lings are going to go for the counterattack on the third. There's still Oracles there. I can't believe there's still Oracles there. And they are juiced up on energy. Look at that, man. These Oracles are going to clean all those Zerglings up eventually. Muta Corruptor's still trying to mass out 18 Mutas on the map. It's not enough. There's no real defenses here. The Lings are going to try to get in as an Archon, Zealots, and 2 Oracles. Dude, Showtime is absolutely otherworldly today. Oh my lord, Showtime is looking so good. It's Showtime, baby. It is Showtime. Zealots in the bottom right side base. The Archon Stalker Storm there. And Showtime has already done enough damage. 50 drones. Even if you clean this army up now, it's too little too late. And that Archon. Oh man, that Archon killing multiple Mutas there. Putting the rest very low in the hit points. The Stalker's trying to micro around. Phoenix production still 2 at a time. Hatchery in the middle gets sniped. Both other bases had already been torn down on the drones. And Showtime is unstoppable today. Alright guys, down 3-0. He gets blocked again. And Shin cannot be happy with this. Having to take his third again. I would hate being in this situation. Showtime really seems to be disrupting his openings and not letting him get to a comfortable position, even though he played out that last game pretty smooth in the early game. Any hole's a goal for Showtime in this series, but so far Showtime has been solid as a rock. Nexus will go down here. You see, the Nexus is never that quick when you go for the super early probe, but hey, their third hatch is, well, their natural is in a really awkward spot. Same time every day today for this, guys. Tomorrow will be the final 4. 2 best-of-7 semis and a best-of-9 finals. Remember, the winner of this match has to face Raynor. Today's been a bit of a speed run compared to yesterday, where we had crazy epic matches. You know, obviously, Cyril's the schedule ruiner. Him and Maru, you put them together. And they're like, your schedule will be ruined, which I really loved. It was a treat. Shout out to both of them for being lovely. Thing is, if Showtime finishes this series off, him and Raynor, they can play some real games of StarCraft, man. Showtime and Raynor have a storied history of epic games. Raynor has made some nasty comebacks against Showtime in the past. I was actually talking earlier in the stream about how had a long chat a few years ago with Showtime about how to counter Neural Parasite and how difficult it is in late game, because there was multiple big series where Raynor kept Neural Parasiting him and turning around what should have been a lost game. You just steal the whole Protoss army and do the, why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Which is always the worst way to die as well. I always do that when I think I've beaten a Zerg player with mech as well. It's like mech or Sky Toss, and I somehow forget to bring detection, and it's a whole bunch of those neural infested parasites come out of the ground. The tentacles take control, and all your units start killing each other. Big feels bad, man. I don't think Shin's going to go to that stage of the game, unless he absolutely has to. Two Adepts going to group up. Showtime is Demour because he's actually a fully enclosed. Yes, 100%. He's a fortress. You know what they say, every man's fortress. His throne room, usually is the room with the toilet in it for most of us. Most of us don't have a throne of blades or whatever it is. Second gateway comes up. Showtime's so safe on his third timing. He's not done any of these like 3-minute 15 third base builds. This has been very safe play for Showtime. Despite that, Shin's not really been able to get ahead off of it. But I think Showtime's just saying, I will mess your opening up and be 100% solid against any sort of counterattack. And so far, so good. 4 Adepts come to the front. Actually pulls out of his wall off to scare those Lings away. This is actually not a not a fast third in the current meta. Modern SC2 guys is there's guys taking that third a minute earlier than that sometimes. This is like the safer version of the standard Protoss these days. Especially when people know they're playing a more conservative Zerg like a Serral. You'll see them sometimes just take crazy liberties, and like Hero at Thunderfire, game 1 against Serral, goes sneaky Forge, takes his third with 2 Adepts, no other units, at like 3.5 minutes, pretending he was playing Stargate when he wasn't. Forge and Twilight go down nice and early here for Showtime, keeping the pressure on. Shin's done a good job, guys. He's got Lair, Roach Warren on the way. Rule of 1 gas for him. He's got a drone on the right, wants to try and squeeze that 4th in. 6 Adepts, no Glaives here, of course. Just going to be Zerglings to defend this. The Adepts actually commit to the Shade. Ooh, with the Triple Oracle, that is scary. These drones need to get out of there, man. Spore Crawlers do push the Oracles away. The Ling's fighting pretty decently, but they don't have a full surround or anything, so only 1 Adept goes down. Can the Lings kill 1 more Adept? Yes, they can. Evo Chamber would be slick here. He's just going to fight with the drones. Not a bad call as those Adepts pull into the corner. 5 drones in total going down. I think that's absolutely acceptable. That's a pretty clean hold. I know that sounds messy. He's a little down on the units lost. The fact is, you've dealt with the 6 Adepts. Showtime can't be annoying to you for a little while. You've got the 4th building in the midst of this. Your lair is done at a competitive timing. I think Shin's actually managed this early game near perfectly. It was mining time on 2 bases. We've got to account for that as well, so it's technically a bit more. You could imagine that's 1,000 resources lost or more. But I think Shin's done really well. Question is, what's the play? Roach Speed Evo Chamber. What is this, guys? And a 5th base. What's Shin doing? 5 base Roach Ling? Are these hatcheries fakes and he's going all in? Is he going to do a Roach Max? Looks like a Roach Max, but with a quick 5th hatchery to maybe throw him off his game. Oh, Showtime gets 6 drones. Ling see the Stalkers. Roaches are building. Shin now. He's built 30 Zerglings and 6 Roaches. But he's also, like, stopped droning. I think Shin's kind of... he's clearly trying to do an all-in, but pretend it's a macro game. It might work. It might trick him. He's got to drop a Lord. So he's going to bring that to go drop Zerglings, I guess. Zergling's going to go for the counter. Could focus the cannon. Try to get the battery as well. Gets in for the wraparound. Battery could fall pretty quickly. Zealots in a choke point, though. Very effective. They don't have +1 just yet, though. Going to take 3 shots rather than 2 to deal with these Zerglings. Roaches trying to fight Stalkers. Never a good play there. Fought the Zerg. Especially with these stasis traps behind. Only 1 Roach and 1 Zergling get frozen, though. That could have been way worse. Wall-off is solid. It's 5 hatcheries up, but it's only 58 workers. And Showtime is just like, he's not sure what's happening, but neither am I, man. He's got a Drop-a-Lord on the left. There's 2 more Drop-a-Lords morphing. Feels like Shin might be fumbling his hotkeys a little bit here. It's going to load the Queens. It's time for the German taxi, guys. Overlord speed. He forgot Overlord speed! Oh, no! He loads up the Queen, starts going, and he realizes he never started it. Oh, no! So he unloads, builds an infestation pit, 10 drones and a Hydroden. Oh, Shin did not wake up on the right side of the bed today. This is one of those days you wake up, you step on Lego, and then somehow the pain of stepping on the Lego makes you pee your pants. And then you're just like, what is going on? And then you go, you like try to swig some milk from the fridge, and somehow your fridge broke, so there's like lumps in the milk, and you spit that up in the sink. It's just, oh my, this is not a good start to this series, man. This is an elimination map as well. If he brings this back, I'll be very impressed. On the plus side, Showtime hasn't taken an early 4th because he's like, what the heck are you doing? And there are 5 hatcheries, so he can drone up and have a nice 5 base economy pretty quick. Yeah, you guys never stepped on Lego and then peed your pants? Look at these guys in chat. There's 2 kinds of people in this world, guys. People who've stepped on Lego before and peed their pants, and liars. I know. We got a lot of liars in my Twitch chat today. Lings and Roaches are coming over. That's a lot of Storm. Watch out! I don't think you can defend this. He's trying to go Hydras. 4 base is fine for Zerg at this point, as long as he doesn't die. Just needs time. He's like, give me a minute to make lurkers, please. Ooh, Ling drop comes in. Zealot warping is instantaneous. Best drops, if you're doing Zerglings, are when the Protoss is completely staring elsewhere, and especially if they've just used their warp-ins. Otherwise, you need to drop enough units that, like, a single warp-in of a few units is not going to do that much. Second Stargate coming in, Fleet Beacon as well. Just going to try and get in there. Stalker's moving to the right side of the map. An Arc on 13. Zealot, 6 High Templar are on the map. Linger drop does force a Zealot warp in. Lurkers are coming in. I mean, okay, so now how do you pick this apart? The problem is there's already 2-star Tempest on the way, guys. One from the natural, one from the main. And you need to find a way in, but Storm is so good. Let's move out of the Storm. First Storm does about 50 points of damage. It's a lot of damage, man. Takes so long to burrow and unburrow in there. Takes a lot of damage on those Lurkers each time. Storms aren't unlimited. These Tempests are going to wear this down, though. Give it enough time. There's no Nidus Worm. Shin is not a late game master, whereas Showtime, he's got a lot of experience in the late game. He plays a slow, patient game. He's kind of optimized for that stage in the game. Oh, a lot of the Lurkers get popped, as does the Roach Hydra. Stalkers come in the right side. They do take care of a gas. Roach is going to try to focus the Nexus, and then he'll try to pull back Spire, and 17 more workers on the way. Shin realizes if he's going to win this game, it's going to be like at least 5 minutes in the future. And he figures, I've got to build a bigger economy. This game's going to get messy as all hell. Roaches went a bit far forward there. Lurker's going to try to run away. He's still got 2 Lurkers behind, which are kind of trying to cover a little bit. But the Stalkers blink forward on the flank, taking these Lurkers out. Revelation is such a good spell, man. The Oracle Revelation tracking it. And he had an Observer as well, so never mind. Wouldn't have even mattered if he didn't land the Rev. He's still got both Oracles alive, guys. Still got those both Oracles. He lost one of them earlier. He's doing such a good job, his Showtime. The efficiency. Storm goes down. Stalker, Arc on Immortal Tempest doing their thing right now. Shin desperately trying to spread his units out. The drone's taking damage. I don't think Shin has what he needs to defend this. He needs a Corruptor flank. He needs like 15 Lurkers to defend the ground army. He has neither. He's going to lose his 5th base in the middle, but he's not willing to give it up. So he's going to eat a lot of Storms, lose a lot of units, and lose that hatchery. Showtime way too far ahead after that fumbled German taxi earlier on. Honestly, even if he went with the Queens, I don't know if it would have worked. It looked like an awkward position Shin was in with the quick 5 hatcheries and the losing a lot of drones to the second Oracle drive-by into the main base. It's a really weird one. Overlord goes down, as does the hatchery. A couple of Zealots running in the right side. Queen is there. The Zealot's going to shift-click some units. Yeah, this is so odd. I've not seen Showtime... Shin run into this much like helplessness in a while. Obviously this stage of the game normally Shin looks outmatched by most Protoss opponents because it's not his specialty, and well, it's not that it's not his specialty. He's not bad at this stage. It's just Shin only gets to this stage of the game when he's already failed some sort of massive committed attack, right? Like he went for a huge attack and messed it up, and it's like, oh no. But it is rare to see a series like this. Normally, I feel like even the best Protoss players, Shin's taking maps, making it nail-bitingly close, but Showtime, I think the first game was a close hold, and then it's gotten kind of like more dominant from there, where Shin just can't find a way in. I especially think the handling of the mutas on Celestial was kind of wild, how clean that was. It felt like, you know, he didn't have that much, but he just split his Stalk as well. Use the cannon's batteries, the Phoenix. I mean, Showtime, this is the thing is, like, we always talk about Showtime is the best in a standard game. And the best players in the world, the Marus of this world, they have lost many online series back in the day to Showtime in, like, the smaller tournaments. And they very quickly realize, like, you can't let Showtime play anything approximating a normal game. He's just too good at it, man. He's too good at it. Bad Rainer in the chat, by the way. No balance line. And it applies to you as well. I know it was only one comment, but you know, these nerds get excited, man. Things going for the surrounds. You guys can discuss gameplay, but no whining, please. Ruins the energy in the chat. Showtime has clearly outplayed Shin in this series. We could have a big discussion about balance issues and design issues, but there definitely are in StarCraft later. And I have my own thoughts on those, but when Showtime plays a perfect defensive series like this and completely cockblocks the guy that does really good all-ins and usually finds great success against pretty much every other Protoss player with them, you know, I'm not gonna soil Showtime's victory here by letting everyone go, look at how Imba Protoss is. Yeah, there's a reason here why I don't like that. It's because a player can put so much effort into winning, do such a good job, do everything really well, and I don't want it to overshadow that, because then everyone's like, oh, look, Showtime doesn't win games, it's just Protoss' Imba or whatever. He remembered Tectonic destabilizes this game. He forgot that the other day against Beyond. That's a good play. Snipes the hatchery. Lurkers and Hydras running around. He's going to get some Corruptors as well. I mean, Shin's going to go for like 23 Corruptors. So, usually at this stage of the game, the only army I really enjoy as Zerg is Ultras. And jumping on the Protoss when they have like just one to three Immortals. Any more than 3 Immortals, Ultras obviously start to scale terribly, especially with so many Archons in front, but I normally love having Ultra Corruptor at this stage. When you're still stuck on Hydra Lurker, it's really hard to engage. He does get the Mothership. 9 Corruptors for a Mothership. Not a positive trade, but I mean, you kind of have to get rid of a... Sometimes you just got to take a terrible trade on the chin to make something happen. Drone's going down! Oh, the drone's pulling back the Overlords as well. Hydra Lurkerling trying to get in there right now. There's an Immortal randomly standing on that top left side of the map. The Zealot Archon's getting in the mineral line, trying to force a base trade, which I think is a smart call for Shin, but look at this. Showtime can actually move forward and kind of zone this army with Storms. He pulls the probes away on the left, warps in more Zealots. Tempests do get dived on. Oh, still so painful. Are there Lurkers at home? There's no Lurkers at home. He's going to try to bring his Lurkers back, because once the Tempests are gone, maybe then your Lurkers can hold on. Showtime's building a new base down south. He's got so much bank, so much army advantage. And Shin has to tap out. He's just got no material on the board. Maxed out against 100 supply. And that there was Showtime. D-Mao, the most standard defensive Protoss player, disrupted Shin's opening with a hatch block multiple games. It would have been really nice if Shin went for that hatchery before Overlord, which is actually one of the moves he'd invented to get that down. But it just felt like these openings, Shin was not able to find any openings. Showtime went for a very safe third timing and picked him apart piece by piece. Showtime will survive in the tournament. Shin will go by the wayside, and Showtime will have to fight Raynor for that spot against Maru in the semi-finals. GG, well played.